Hey, you guys. I am Kimberly Evans, the host of Kymmies Korner, and today I have a special guest. I am going to let her introduce herself.
Hey, thank you, ma'am. I am Janika Burgoyne, aka J Love Best.
Do you have anything that you want to let the people know about yourself?
Yes. I'm a mother of three. I have a husband, Orlando Burgoyne, and also the CEO of Treasures Reveal Boutique. And I work full time as well, and arts and crafter.
Okay, I have her information linked in the description below for you to be able to go and get all into her business, see what she got going on. So, as you can see by the thumbnail, what we're going to be talking about today, we are excited. This is my second episode, and this is her first time.
First timer.
Being on anybody's podcast or in front of the camera. So, y'all don't. So, today, we got some talk for y'all. First of all, I put on Facebook that if anybody wanted to participate in this episode, I was going to be able to play people's videos that they was going to do two images. I was going to send out two images for them to give the perspective and perception of both of them, and I was going to play them in the middle of the video because basically everybody's life revolve around perspective and perception. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, at what we're getting ready to do now is we're gonna let you all know a little bit of what we mean by that. She's gonna give you her opinion on one of the video photos. I'm gonna give you my opinion. The photo will be right here while we're looking down here at it, and then I'll give you my opinion to see whether our opinion is the same or different. And then we're gonna talk about it a little bit because I feel like I wanted to find something that was different, and then we didn't talk about it until now. So these are the very first time that we're talking about it, and that's just where we're gonna start. So the first picture, she's gonna go first, then I'm gonna go, and then the second picture, I'm gonna go first, then she's gonna go. So this is the first image, and it'll be right here. So, what is your perspective and perception on the photo?
Okay. Truthfully, when I first seen it, I was like, "Oh, that's Santa Claus."
Okay.
I was like, "That's Santa." What? When I looked at it, really though, my perception was, it was a man's face,
Okay.
and it looked like he was looking off at the side. And then when it began to look at the perspective, it looked actually like somebody was reaching in the dark for someone.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was like, wow, that's really what grabbed me in the
Okay.
picture.
Okay. So to let you all know, perspective is basically what you see, and the perception of it is what you understand that vision to be to you. So to me, the very first moment that I looked at it, I saw a man or a woman unlocking the door, and it's like in the shadow. So it's cold outside, and they're trying to get in. They're alone, and they're just trying to get in their house or whatever. And then the more I kept looking at it, I saw a statue. I saw a statue of a head, like ancient times something statue or something of basically not seeing and not speaking type of thing. I went a little deep with it. You know what I'm saying? So I asked my wife, and she don't like to be recorded, so she gave me permission to give her perspective of it. Basically, she said she saw someone, searching in the dark, as well as what you said, and then a person looking up. So basically, my wife, Nikki Evans, saw the same thing that she saw, and I saw something different. And what I was basically telling is everybody have a different perspective and a perception, even if we all see the same thing. So we're gonna get into that a little more after this. So now this is the second image, and I'm gonna go first this time. Matter of fact, I said I was gonna go first, but I feel like she ain't see the same thing I saw. And I don't want her to now see the same thing I see and mess her up. Because when I talked to my wife, she didn't see the same thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say what my wife said, and she probably see the same thing. Then I'm gonna tell y'all what I said. Can we do that?
Yes.
All right. So what my wife Nikki Evans saw was basically a lady that's pregnant, and the earth is, how does she put it? The earth is basically everything. Like, it got her back and all of that. So because she's not here to really say what she says, so I just want to sum that up. So let's see what you say. This is the picture that we see here. What you say about it?
Wow, I'm 100% going with Nikki. I saw the same thing.
See? And the reason why I want you to go first, because it seems like y'all are sort of kind of the same type of people, because y'all going to see the same thing. Did you see anything else in the picture?
I turned it upside down.
Okay.
And what I seen a face.
Let's pause. Let's turn the picture upside down. Now y'all see what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yes.
That's all you saw.
I began to see a face, and I was like, wow. Even within that, how I seen the woman first, and then seeing the earth like it was branching from her. So she was still at that moment giving birth and flourishing at the same time. And then for the man to have been the foundation, because that's clearly what the face looked like to me. It looked like a man, the structure of a man's face. And for him to be the foundation on which she was standing on was what I see all together in the picture. So yeah.
And that's the part that I wanted her to talk about to see if she was going to point it out, because after I gave my perception of it and perspective, I flipped it upside down because Nikki didn't see that at first. And after she saw it, she said the same thing you said.
Wow.
But that's the same thing that I basically saw. And as y'all see now, it is flipped upside down. You still see what you saw at first, but now it has a little bit more of a meaning. So the perspective of it kind of changed. But at the end of the day, the saying say trust what you see and not what you heard. But you gotta trust both of them. You gotta because I can see something, and then when I talk about it, it make you see it different. Exactly. So you trust what you see and what you heard. Mm-hmm. But you have to use your perspective and your perception and take that in and kind of apply it to how you need to maneuver in your life, because that's just what the life is about. I don't know if I'm gonna make anybody start seeing different today on how deep I'm about to get, or if Neat gonna make anybody think different, because we on two separate pages as of right now. But at the end of the day, we both saw the same picture, as well as you guys. So whatever y'all told yourself, I probably should have paused and let y'all had y'all feeling first before seeing what we said, because in life somebody tell you a story, they painting a picture, and what you see in your head give you. That's how some people are judgmental, right? Because the story that you're telling me, you know what you saw, but the way you're telling me, I'm painting the picture and I see it in a different perspective, because maybe this should have been this, or maybe you shouldn't have done that. And that's basically, I guess a lot of you all can relate to that.
And to add to that, I'm going to piggyback on it. Another thing that I learned that also plays a part as into what we see is the lifestyle in which we have.
Okay.
Or, whether it's current lifestyle or past lifestyles. And it kind of molds the way we think, and it projects off of what we see.
Okay.
So the same way we can go back to the lady with the picture, and saying that we seen the earth behind her, with the tree behind her, like she was flourishing. Somebody might have a different perspective and say, I just saw a woman who was just standing there out of shape.
And next to a
You know what
tree.
I'm saying? And next to a tree. Or and it might not even been a tree. They might say it's seen something in reference and look to a bush. You know what I'm saying? So just how life in general will take us and have us to where it shifts our perspective and our perception on things as into the different roles that we play as well.
Right, because I see my children different from the way the world see them, as well as you.
Right.
Animals, relationships with anybody, and just like let's talk about this picture because what put it down in the comments. What this picture, what the perspective and perception of that?
Oh my goodness!
Because when this baby walked in the house, this is the focal. This is what she saw, and it reminded her of what?
When I first walked in, it just captured my eyes, the color and everything. But what I saw was good times. I thought of JJ and that picture that was up that he had, and that was the very first thing that I thought of. So it automatically just brought the warmth into her house when I walked in. It's something that was familiar and it was welcoming.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's why I bought it. It made me, I was like, oh, this looks like the picture that JJ painted. Let me get it.
And did.
And did. So the perception and perspective of that was the same because we didn't try to look into it like, oh, those people look happy. No, we both thought good times. I'm sure y'all did too. I'm sure. I'm sure that was the first thing y'all saw when y'all saw that painting. Instead of being too deep. Now, some of you all are uh like what is it called? Illustrators and stuff like that, and this is what y'all do for a living. Right. So y'all might have went a little deep, but how many of y'all saw it? Yeah, it's a lot of y'all. I know.
Yes, that was definitely giving JJ vibes.
Right. So, I've been thinking perspective and perception for a very long time. I've been procrastinating on this podcast and talking with Neek, and we've known of each other for several years now, but we both have businesses, as you all know, and if not, I'll put my information in the description box below. Kymmies Creations LLC. We were at a pop-up event together, and we clicked ever since. I mean, every day, ever since. Every day, every day.
Not missing a beat.
Every day. And I'm sitting there telling my wife, like, look, because I don't, let's get into it. I don't have friends. I have associates and I have sisters. Some of you all may not know, I don't have any biological siblings. So if you are my friend, to the end means you are now a relative of mine, and that's my perception of it. The perspective is we know we not, but we is, because that's what we say. Oh, I ain't that. I ain't just gonna be like, it's what I say, but it's what I say. But the thing about that is, I'm not gonna get too deep as to why, I don't really call them my friends and I call them my sister, but I have grown to learn that through my perspective and perceptions, that this is how this works for me. That these two females are now my sisters or whatever. So, this here lady right here, she might be an associate friend. She about to be my sister. She about to be my sister because the next episode that we do, y'all gonna see why. We can give y'all a little bit today, but the next episode is gonna be for that. But the perspective and the perception of the situation between her and I that led her to be the one that I chose to do this episode with is because our visions are having the same end goal. The path in between are different, but we still have the same end goal. She understands that my life is how my life is, and I understand that her life is how her life is. But We're not in our 20s, you guys. I'm in my 40s. She's in her 30s. Somewhere in there, we still young, don't get it twisted. But um the chemistry at the very beginning of the both of us through the roof. Like,
Woo, we on a roller coaster now.
it's like, what in the world? So, as talking every day, the event was November the. Oh, wow. She gonna look that up. But it ain't even been 30 days. And we've been consistent.
That Saturday after Thanksgiving?
Fresh,
Yeah,
right?
the 25th.
But imagine we've been bumping into each other.
November 25th.
I'm gonna say this right. She work at Lone Max in Emporia, Virginia, and I have been accustomed.
Yeah, the same work.
A customer several times. Every time I went in there, hi, welcome to Lone Max. How can I help you? I would have thought she was serious, y'all. She was the same way every time. So I'm sitting here trying to tell my wife about my friend.
Excuse me, hold on. We got a flag on the play. Don't no old Lomax customers try to come at us. We shut down in the state of Virginia, in Emporia, Virginia. Thank you.
Well, y'all can still help support her in her business.
I'm still available. My business is available. Thank you.
But you can't have no new friend. Nah, just friends. So I'm trying to sit here and like, okay, those of you who know I have a wife. She have a husband, by the way. And but people are people. We love each other for who we are. But I'm sitting here like I'm overwhelmed. I'm texting this lady every day. She texts me every day. She overwhelmed. Cause it's like, oh my God. So it's like, dang, I gotta balance her into my lifestyle now because I got her. And it's like, I'm trying to tell my wife, like, look, because I don't got friends again. This is where I'm going with this. I got a friend. She a friend. She ain't no associate. How the hell I know that she ain't an associate? Look, let me tell y'all. Perspective and perception has taught me that 2023 is good to me. And when she came in that building, the girl was like, you know Janika from Port? No. I don't know Janika.
Janika.
I'm like, no. Nick. No. I know faces. I'm getting old. Even though I said we was young, I'm getting old. I am not a name person. I am a people's person. We both have that in common. When she walked through that door with that, all I can saw is, hi, welcome to Home Mac. That we're not even at Home Mac. And I was like, yeah, I know her.
And had on yellow that day. Wow.
We supposed to be there selling stuff.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm teaching her how to use AI.
Yes. Yes. And have been an awesome teacher. Awesome. So yes.
For those of you all who do not know what AI is, it's artificial intelligence. And stay tuned for an episode of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the reason why I know that she is my sister and she is for me, our conversations every day has been about push. She pushed me, I push her. I've had people to push me, don't get me wrong, but the way she's doing it at the very beginning, most people would take some time to learn who you are to know if they can or can't. She gave me her, like, look, this what you get. If you don't want it, throw it away. Damn it now. And I'm like, get this up. Good morning. Good morning. I got my few people of y'all that I love consistent. I'm going to be consistent. That is what you're going to get. That's what she gave me. Now, I'm not going to say I sit and wait to see who going to text me first every morning because I have a group of people that I text. She don't give me a chance sometimes. When I wake up, it's there. And I'm like, she all bubbly with it. Oh, me. I'm extra as fuck. So it's like, she being a me. And my wife said me, I was like, "You so extra. You're so girl. If I text you, I text you. You know, I'm thinking about you." I'm like, "Miss Stinks." I ain't gonna talk about her too much. She gonna be on. She gonna be in some episodes. I gotta catch her off guard, y'all. But she coming. We're gonna try to get her husband on a podcast too. Hopefully to do like a little couple something. Yes. But today, perspective and perception, it's mostly we got the same vision, but we know that our path is different. But we got the same goals. Even though she may say I'm gonna do this week, and I say I'm gonna do it next month, our end goals is to be successful. And she said, "Girl, you done taught me this. Why don't you do courses and classes? You know, get on Eventbrite and stuff." And I'm sitting here like, I've been thinking about it. I've been procrastinating and been, and here she go, got me all wind up and like, where do I start? What do I do? So in the process of her not knowing the things that I do, I'm sitting her like, "Girl, this is my Instagram. Girl, this is my TikTok." I just sent her the TikTok. She's still scrolling on Instagram like, "Girl, you do a lot." I said, "Well, damn, once you get on TikTok, you're going to see I do even more." And then I'm sending her YouTube. She said, "Subscribe. You have a new subscriber." And I'm like, "Oh, she's so extra, y'all." And I know I'm doing all the talking. I'm going to let her talk in a minute, y'all. I'm going to let her talk. But it was just like, let me check the perspective and the perception of this here new thing that is going on with me personally. And I'm sitting there thinking and thinking, who I get a text from? It was me. I ain't pointing no elbows. Tell us, wow. What you say?
Oh my goodness.
Let me let her tell y'all.
Yeah, it's so many wows, first of all, that I hit. So just don't do me like that. I hit a whole bunch of wows because she was giving some awesome stuff. But just to hit back to the beginning right quick with the perspective and the perception of the friendship and associate. I'm thankful at this moment and I'm honored first of all because all of what you're doing I'm celebrating. Okay, you get your own round of applause.
Thank
You're
you.
doing the whole podcast, and I applaud that and to celebrate that because you're growing. You know what I'm saying? And in you growing, you allowing me to see that that's possible and it's tangible and it's allowing me to grow as well.
Yes, don't you, bro.
You know, it's allowing me to grow as well. So what we can perceive as something to be associates, you know, and work on something with and have that be birthed into something so much more is beautiful. And it also just goes to show the levels that's within it. So I'm thankful that the fact that we were able to start off as associates on that level, but as we grew to know one another and embrace one another and saw the consistency that it grew into that friendship. And I'm also thankful for the time and the growth that's going to grow into that sisterhood. So yes. So it's beautiful, and to say all of that, it's showing how we can get to a place where the past has taught us, even within friendships where we have been hurt, but we have grown from that. So now we can see the signs when somebody coming at us and they being extra and it ain't their realness. We'll like, okay, well now you coming with this and it's too much, but I understand where you are and I'm mature enough to let you be where you are. But I'm going to appreciate this person in my life for who she is. So I'm thankful and I'm honored for that, you know, and just me being consistent and seeing you in Lomax, you know, and having that smile and welcome you and knowing that it was more than a job, that I was presenting myself as who I was. So, yes, ma'am. So that's beautiful.
But getting back to the text message that you sent me, because you knew.
Okay.
I had to get her. I'm grateful and thankful for her for that. Yes. So y'all can really say that. But perception and perspective got us here. So that's where we going with it.
Back to the text message of wow. She sent me so many pictures on everything that she had did with the AI on how she was putting the words and everything. And I'm looking like the prompts on what she was putting in. And I'm just like, Wow. Like, hold on, Kim. You dropping bombs on me just like you just building that you just handed me a bottle of water, first of all, like it was something simple. But you don't know that the bottle of water that you just given me quenched the thirst that I had. First of all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It quenched the thirst because I was looking for that creativity. So the fact that you was able to deliver within that length of time was just it was like wow. So yes, ma'am. And that answered your question.
The text message that I'm talking about, because she gave me several wows, like she said. It's been overwhelmed. Like, look, we text back to back to back to back to back. But she was like, you had to been sent. You remember that one? Meant to be. This has got to be genuine. Like you did. God said to me, and I'm like, I heard it before.
He decides.
And I'm like, OMG. But as she said, it was like I have always felt like I do too much physically and mentally I'm all over the place with my business. So I'm going to start teaching courses and classes on how to not be me. But teaching her and knowing that I can teach somebody because everybody's not on the same level of anything. I don't put nobody, so I have to be able to get across to multiple people with how I teach. So this is a challenge. She's really like pushing me to be great, and with that in itself, I'm like, girl, this is what I did. This is all I did, and I'm treating it like, and she over there cup flowing over with something, and I'm like, girl, I need a video chat just so you can screen share so I can show. Like it's just something. It take 10 minutes. Just take 10 minutes. That's what I told her. Like it takes 10 minutes to build a website, and she's like, what? Really? And then I'm sitting there like, push this, click that, boop, just put that right there. And she was like,
parentheses, 10 minutes what I've been trying to do for 5 years. But go ahead.
no.
That part. What?
So again, perspective and perception and a lot of things. Let's throw something out here. Let's get back into it. Perspective. What's your perspective and perception on? Let me not step on no toes with y'all, but let me try to throw some out here, and I want you to do the same for me, and let's talk about it. On I don't want to say relationships because that we can talk about that all day, I'm sure. Uh, hmm. Off-brand versus brand sodas. This is Food Line brand great. Raisin great. I didn't want to be too specific.
Okay. Okay.
So, what's your perception
Okay.
and perspective?
One is soda.
Okay.
Okay. The flavor. The flavor.
It's different.
Yeah. It's different.
Which one is better to you, off-brand or brand?
Now, soda isn't my per thing, but I can say chips. How about that one?
But you still have a perception on it because it's not your thing.
Yeah.
Why is it not your thing?
Because I get bumps and I get bloated with soda.
Y'all can relate. Some of y'all, because I can't. So you see where we're going with that? It's just soda. Some people have to have it.
Yeah.
Even if they break out and gonna get bloated. Because guess what? I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay.
I'm going to have me a bowl of syrup. Then go get me some Dairy Queen. Then eat me some cheese toast and pizza for dinner.
Well, that's a bomb.
I get like this. I don't get like this. They can't hear that. But I said all that to say I don't have to have soda, but I can drink it. And off brand tastes better than brand, but her perspective and perception is different from me saying it's just a soda. Now, let's talk about chips. Now, that's you talking to me about chips, because she got a whole thing on chips. Chips are chips to me. I can't have nothing spicy. I like it sweet or salt and vinegar. That's it. Nothing else. Period. Like, dead with that. Now, let's talk about the chips. Chip perception and perspective. It's just chips.
It ain't just chips. I mean, it ain't just chips.
Okay.
Okay, so I like Doritos, like
Okay.
the cheesy ones, right? But the off-brand great value from Walmart, now baby, them, that's the young folks say they busting.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They busting.
Bussin'.
You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I that's all I got on chips. You know,
So,
that's my thing with chips.
great value is off brand, and she would rather have that than a half brand.
Yeah.
I would rather have brand Doritos than off brand.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just mental. So when we have us to sit down girl time, we got to have 2 bags of the same chips, and she got to have her water, and I have my soda. And we still eating and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Perception is perspective.
Yeah.
But it don't make us no less of a person or nothing like that. You have people that judge you by what you eat. Like this lady. Like, she must be the one that da 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 da, because she eating the brand ones. And it's what you prefer. It's who you are. And that's how I said early in the beginning. It ends up being that the person is judgmental. People are don't get too jumpy. Don't stay. I'm not even gonna say that they're judgmental. It's their perspective and perception of what they have been taught, what they believe in, and how they live their lives. As to why what somebody can say about what? Hold on, what's the little emoji? I probably use that as a thumbnail. But I don't really care, because maybe I don't like that you smack when you chew. And you ratchet, because you do it. And you get, be a little bougie or something. I don't know. So I don't judge people.
And then this my thing too, but please don't judge me.
Okay.
Now listen to me. When we get in the conversation and I get to chewing down, I might get to smacking. Like when that thing get good, like we talking, it might be little crumbs. I got crumbs all over my favorite pillow now.
I got the little vacuum cleaner from Dollar Tree. The little one from Dollar Tree.
Okay.
But my oldest daughter, it's a condition. And if I find it, I think I got it. I'll put it up here. If it pop up, y'all, I think there you go. But it's a condition. So while somebody is judging, this person is really going through a mental something. So the more I wanted to do the podcast, perception and perspective, everything started looking like perception, perspective, perception, perspective, perception, perspective. And I'm like, wow. Hit one of hers. Oh my goodness. Like, literally, everything you do is a perspective and a perception towards someone else. So I can use this because I'm talking about myself, like me and my wife. Let me see. She like dark colors. I like bright colors. She don't want to wear a white shirt. I would wear a white shirt. And why? Because you don't want to get dirty. Oh, simple-minded ass me. And she got a whole theory to why she don't want to wear this white shirt. And I'm like, it's just a white shirt. So when y'all realize that I'm going to tap on this a tad bit. When you realize that you are having difficulties in any relationship, whether it's with your sister, your parent, your professor, your husband or wife, or whatever, even your children, I want to stress that, because, that's the new generation. But the perspective of the situation is going to be different. The perception of it is going to be different, even though somebody outside can say, "Well, I saw that coming. How you ain't see it?" It's either I've never been through it, this is new to me, or I got a whole lot going on that I ain't think about it. But when you sit down and you think about it and reevaluate some things after the conversation or the situation has gotten to either be intolerable or whatever the situation may be, and that's when we've come up with be the bigger person. It's you done thought about it, and now that you done went and talked to your homegirl about it, or your homeboy about it, or your mama, or whoever, and got their perspective, you get it?
Yeah.
Then you could be like, dang, I didn't think about that, or whatever. So that's why somebody needs somebody. That's why they got these hotlines. Everybody ain't for you no more, so you do have to be mindful. But at least be realistic with yourself when you hear something. That's just like, let me see. Let me try to get something between us that you like pickles. Hot sauce. You eat hot sauce. Okay, I don't eat hot sauce. But if I sit here and she invite me over to dinner, and I done told her 3 times that I don't like hot sauce, but what we eating for dinner? Hot wings.
Yeah.
And I'm upset, getting ready to leave. I don't want to deal with you no more today. She looking up. I'm feeding you. I done bought. Wait, what did I do wrong? You know, most relationships. What did I do wrong? And I said, I done told you 3 times I don't eat nothing spicy. Then you gonna say, I remember you said you ordered some hot wings from Pizza Hut. Let's do it like this. And I said, when I order them, I have to drown them in ranch dressing, but I don't really like to eat them. So now I'm mad at you for you supposed to know, because I'm your friend, your sister, that out of all the things to cook, this is what you gonna cook for me to visit? I'm mad. I'm upset because what the fuck are you thinking? When then I go think about it after she done said, but you told me you got some hot wings for Pizza Hut. And you just had to put some ranch. I had the whole big. Now let's go to Great Value. Buttermilk Ranch. That's my favorite. Forget the Hidden Valley or whatever the rest of the brands is. She had the big one. It ain't this big, but I'm exaggerating. She knew that if she cooked me hot wings because she wanted it, that she could satisfy me by having this ranch. That was her perspective and perception of the whole. She done thought about this thing.
Wow, that's good.
I'm mad because she shouldn't have done it. And when she said, but I had your ranch because you said you da la la. So I goes home, probably on the drive home, think about that thing like.
Yeah, on the drive home.
No, maybe, and the reason why I ain't say to drive home, because some people be in their head so much that it take them a little extra time for it to click.
Gotcha.
But me personally, it would have been on the drive home. Somebody else, it could have been a little further down the road, maybe a day or two or whatever.
Gotcha.
Because they're so used to kicking people out versus working on it earlier. It's a situation now. It's a crutch now. I want you to keep trying to call me to talk to me. Different perspective. And then I'm going through it. Yeah. So as I'm thinking about it, damn, I did tell her that. And I think I heard her say she had some ranch. I ain't had to overreact like that. But she ain't called me today. She ain't text me good morning this morning. So it's now still something. Until we communicate. And she was like, well, I had an appointment this morning. I was running late, blah, blah, blah. It's always going to be something that you're not understanding. And then we sit down and we have a talk. But the growth would be, from now on, XYZ. Either when I come to your house, just don't have nothing spicy, out of all the things you could cook. Or whatever the situation may be. But we can sit back and laugh on it later on down the line. But guess what? We had to go through it to get to the point of being better, because now we know we can get through something simple. It wasn't simple for me, but it was simple for her. And I knew I could get through the hard times because it was harder on me until we have another situation that may be something totally different. And then it'll be like, Lord have mercy, we just always gonna go through something. We always. That's a simple minded way of thinking it versus nobody is like you. Nobody know what you go through behind the mask. We all got masks.
Exactly. Yeah. And the way that you're putting it, I love it. So basically, what you're saying is we're shedding light in those dark places and being able to give a clear vision or of a different path to take. I like that.
Right. Because at our age now, I could have handled it like that. But if I was maybe the very first time I went in Long Max, you probably would have had to tell your mama. I probably had told two of my sisters. And we probably would have had to just sit there and be like, well, why does she act like that? Because, I ain't got time. And then I would have been like, look, this new, do I want to deal with this? And we probably would have, but we had to go through whatever. Sometimes people end up revisiting and coming back. People do change. Do you believe that people change?
Yes.
I believe that people change. Now, I can't let you mess me over too many times. But I had to learn that I'm not who I was 5 years ago. Now, yes, I've always been bubbly and overgiver, overthinker, over everything extra as the fuck. But I have not always been that person that would be like, maybe this is going on with them or maybe this. So for a long time now, like I was telling her a little earlier, I take a positive out of every negative situation and try to put myself in somebody else's shoes. And if I can't, try to give it a moment to understand what that may have been for them, even if I'm mad. And I'm going to say this too. I do that in my relationship, in my marriage with my wife. I do that too because it's like we were raised different. Get into details a little different, but when we go through stuff, I can be mad as hell at her, but I'll sit there and be like, I wonder why did she act like that? What did I do that could have made her make me feel this way? Because this is my person. This is who I want to be with. And I sit and I be like, well, I stand strong on what I said. But was it what I said or was it how I said it? Or what was it? So then when I go to talk to her, so I'm an overthinker again. So was it even me? So then I go talk to my sister, one of my sisters, and then they be like, girl. And then the other one, they be like, no, I can't. And then I'll be like, what? Shit, I'm trying to help the situation. So, long story short, like, I've grown to know what works for me is taking a positive out of every negative situation and understanding that a bad situation only happened because one person felt a certain way, different from me or the other way around. And it was the perspective or the perception that was not understood that got it to where it is now. And normally I would be the bigger person. I went through not being a bigger person to a little extent to now I would rather be the bigger person because a lot of people are not communicating with you because they think that you're still mad at them and you're going to reject them. Let me put that word right here real big. People don't like rejection. Yeah. So, while you over there thinking, oh, so this bitch ain't going to call me and apologize to me? Yeah. Who will be the bigger person? Is it worth losing them over? Is it worth not talking to them every day? They don't live their life like you. They don't think like you. Give them what you want in return. Don't expect for them to be a you because they are not you. That's why they need you and you need them. That's why y'all cross paths. Do you believe that people don't meet by accident?
No. And to add on to that, what you were saying, so this is something that I'm going to have to rewind for a second. You said change, and I found that to be something that we say a lot. And I want to do a word play. I want to say grow.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because we can change our hair, change our clothes, but when we actually begin to grow within our minds, it takes us of a place of from rejection to now ownership. and holding myself accountable for the role that I played within this hot sauce thing. Come on now.
Hello.
Just taking ownership now of the role that I played within this to say, okay, well, hold on. Instead of me getting all of my feelings right now and not accepting the fact that she still wanted her hot sauce and her hot wings, but what did I do in this? You know what I'm saying? How did I not address my needs and address myself to be able to say, well, dang, I did order them hot wings from Pizza Hut and drowned them in my favorite ranch. Even though I didn't like them, I still put them in my ranch and made it suitable to me. So now I done put on my feelings and my emotions. Now I done now address that towards her, and that everything she doing is wrong, and I'm gonna target her. Now let me take ownership in this. So in me doing so, now I have to conform myself to grow. Because not only is it taking me from this place within this friendship, but what other relationships have I actually carried this in? To now I need to say, this ain't y'all. This a me thing. So just actually having ownership into changing and growing.
But do you believe that the support that you've gotten throughout the years play a factor in that? Because people
Almost
feeling
definitely.
alone and not having support, they don't feel the need to put their self first. Like they just want to be the victim, or they want to be that person that have the problem all the time because it gets them attention. And some of it is conscious and some of it is subconscious, but it's what they have grown accustomed to. And now it's narcissistic behaviors.
Okay.
And they're aware to a certain degree, but it's working for them, so they keep doing it. And now it's okay. If you keep saying I'm ugly, I'm ugly, I'm ugly, you're telling yourself that when you look in the mirror, that's what you're gonna see. Whether to me, I can be like, you the most beautifulest person, but that attitude, okay, that's how I'm ugly. That's how I'm ugly then. So it's like you still want to fit that person. I mean, they still want to fit themselves in that bracket of I just want her to be like, I'm not, and this is how I'm not, and how she love me, and how I'm this. So you can just be, but damn, is you gonna say, but girl, you doing a good job, and do you do that to yourself? You want it, but are you dishing it? And you have a lot of people that are the wanters that they don't dish out, that they're not gonna say, I've grown. You can see it in them,
Right.
but they're not going to see it themselves, so they're not going to act as if it, and they're always going to be a victim to a situation. So a person like moi, you know what I'm saying? If you cross paths with me, you're gonna know, and we gonna get this thing together. I'm not gonna be like, yo, needy, wanted ass. I might say it behind closed doors to you, because I got to say it to you for you to understand that that's what you're doing. But it takes somebody to do that to people sometimes, to check them. They don't like the word check, but we know. We know it's checking. But that's our perception and perspective. That's what we're doing, but we're giving them the tools that they need because we didn't meet by accident. And now they're going to start thinking, because all they can hear is you giving them their little compliments, or you checking them, and damn, you got the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they just until they start saying, well, am I? They're not going to show you that they're doing it because they still want to be the victim until they get to that point where you don't give up on them. I understand it might be a hard job. So some of y'all that got foster children or step siblings, step children, and all of that other stuff, y'all ain't in that position for no reason. It's a reason that that person is in your presence and you're in theirs. It's either to give or take. To give or take. Did you get that? Yeah. So for those of you all who didn't get it, I ain't gonna leave y'all out. They may be there for you to grow, or you may be there for them to grow. And in different situations and different circumstances, it could be the other way around. So y'all are there for each other to elevate to a certain degree. So to give or take, or to take to give to take, that I just said the first time. But I've been through a lot of situations in my life, and I'm going to call her my co-host because we got a lot to talk about. And I don't want to make this too long because y'all been with us for a very long time already, and I appreciate you all for that. But this ain't gonna be the last that you see of us. We're gonna, bring some more things out to you guys or whatever. And if you all have anything that y'all want us to talk about or want to elaborate a little more on something that we said, or just want to tell us thank you for this podcast, please don't hesitate to put it down in the comments. Um, Again, how to see what she got going on with her business. It'll be down in the description below, unless you want to tell them a little bit about what you do.
To sum everything up, is a stationery shop. You can get custom designed stationery items. If you work in the office, if you're working from home, or you taking your stuff off to school, to college, everything is basically customary stationery items.
Okay. So, yes. So, that you have it, and it will be down in the description below. But guess what? Oh, Kimmy Kim here then came and introduced her to some other things that make some razzle dazzles. Yes. And she's gonna have her website very soon for anyone to be able to get from her. Right now, she's local, and we're broadening each other horizons. Mm-hmm. So I thank God for her, and y'all about to just see it. So before we go, let's do this commercial break, and we're gonna get back with you. And we are back, and I am so grateful to have her on this show and on my podcast. I keep calling it talk show, but y'all know. But you got anything else left on with the perspective and perception?
I do. I actually do. The last one was about the support that you just said, and the perspective and perception about support. Personally, with support, I looked at it as everybody had to be on top of me with support and giving me support. What I didn't see, that support is also give and take.
Okay.
That I have to be able to be there mentally to support somebody else as well, versus having it to be tangible on the outside. Okay. So that's something with support that was good for me to grow with.
Okay, and my support was people like you, support in my ideas and a lot of things, because my wife played a major part in my support, and this will be her first time hearing it on here, y'all. Yes, a lot of things that I do is because she heard me say that I wanted to, and it was like either I get a cash app, like go get your program, then paid it for a year or something like that, and with Canva, and bought me my laptop, and just elevated, and then it was, now you're doing too much, and I'm like, but you know, but I didn't really want to say it because it was what I wanted to do, so I was like, but and everything that I did, I just be like, Dad, you don't support me. She was like, girl, how that lady just ordered this from you, and you don't think I went and talked about it at work? And then, let's not get on Tasha and Nicole, my sisters. The Tasha, boy, everything I post, she gonna share it. And Nicole is the hands on and gonna help me decorate, help me set it up, help me whatever I need done, and we're gonna talk about it and drink about it and chit chat and just everything. We just everything about it. So that type of support, I ate up to, and then my kids, they all for everything that I got going on. As to support to, excuse me, I'm not gonna edit that out. I might though. Too much support, and I'm gonna talk about this a little later on in some of my classes and some of the free gems that I'm gonna be kicking out to you all. Too much support will lead you in the wrong direction too, because you will get big headed and you will be like, I can do this, I can do that, I can do it. That was me, and it was my wife. Get like, girl, go for it. And then Tasha was like, well, I'm gonna share it if you do it. And then she's saying, girl, you need to teach it. And then Nicole like, I can help you decorate it. And I'm sitting here like, and then my daughter want to drive me to it, and the other one saying, "Mom, do your makeup," and the other one, "But I can do your nails." And then I'm like, by the way, touched by Leah in Franklin, Virginia, then did my hair. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm glad you brought back support because a lot of people don't have it or they have it and want more and they don't accept it as support.
And that was one of the things that I struggled with. That's why I said mentally I wasn't consuming the fact that the support was there. But what I pictured it as, or I perceived it as,
Go ahead.
want to look different, like for everybody to always be riding, riding with me to different things, or being at different events, or it being in a softer voice, or coming off as a more friendly voice. But my husband, he's more firm with it. So his support looks like, you get it done. And I'm looking like, hey, I am getting it done. Like, what you talking about? It's right there. He like, nah, we needed to look like this, and it's supposed to be presented in this way. And I'm looking like, he's supporting me. He's just like on top of me a guard. And he's looking like, but nah, I know I had to give you this in order for it to come out like this. Because if not, you would have done it. So I'm like, wow, okay.
But what if he hadn't communicated that to you that way? You would still felt how you felt.
Exactly.
So I'm glad he did that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
yeah, but my wife she's the firm, but then, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with it. But but you a procrastinator. So it's just, it be that, but it's just that. She's like, and then her mama come over like, hey, go show her the little thing you made out of Dollar Tree stuff, your little DIY. And then just then the third, and I'm like, so my perspective was not my perspective, my support was all over the place, but the finances of the support, like I wanted people to purchase the stuff that I was making, and I'm steady making it without purchasing. So I got into pop-up shops, which I do a podcast about that because she do pop-up shops as well, and a lot of people don't even know what to take to them.
Right.
Or what to expect. So we're gonna do another one. We're gonna do a lot more because we got a lot to talk about, and might as well share it with y'all.
Yes.
Might as well. Yeah, sharing is caring. But what I do want to talk about a little bit, LGBTQ perspective and perception, not working with females. I'm a lesbian, she's straight, and then she's pretty, and it's like, well, how do your significant others take that? And then especially if I got on some little makeup or something, your husband, like the way we carry ourselves, we don't allow. I can speak for I don't allow my significant other to feel jealous about anything that I do. Because for one, it's gonna be public. For two, you gonna have access to me. For three, you can actually be sitting right here, right there, and y'all won't even know it. She's not here though, but she's probably on a flight coming from Atlanta right now with her job. But I did. I might put it on my page. I'm gonna have to ask for permission, but I did a skit for a video for somebody, and nobody knew that my wife was sitting in the kitchen. But the guy was supposed to be my boyfriend. He was a Christian guy, but he had cheated, and I was faithful, but I was not so Christian. But I guess because we was together, he made me see a lot of things, and I kind of changed my life or whatever. But honey, them streets never leave you. And the lady called his phone, and I slapped the shit out of him. And we didn't rehearse the slap. So he was like, look, just do it. And when it got to that part, I slapped him and I was like, huh! I turned into Medea. I said, get out. I had to tag the video or something for y'all to see it. But I dumbed it down. I summed it down. I said dumbed it down because it's like 15 minutes long. And I just cut out the extra part and just put my little part in there or whatever. But we did, that was a fun project, but they ended up on the credits, they ended up putting my wife as the co-director because she was like, do it like this, do it like that. That was just so wonderful to have. I hope we do our movie, a movie. I said our movie, a movie one day, and she ended up being a part of that. But I wouldn't want to leave your husband out of stuff and stuff like that. And men do they do overthink and worry about stuff like that too. Like my wife has been sitting down at that lady house and that lady, like ladies. But we don't have that problem, and I don't mix business with pleasure. She don't mix business with pleasure, and we're going to work together. Now, later on down the line, y'all gonna learn when y'all start doing business and money is involved. You gotta do a contract. I don't care if it's your mom, because business is business. But we don't have those problems just yet. We're just enjoying the give and take. That's what we're enjoying. The give and take and the support. And y'all gonna see the growth. We're gonna let y'all be in our lives a little bit. So basically I probably would, if she would consider, I end up we creating a YouTube channel together and we do girl talk or something or call that a podcast. Look at that, look at that. Because if even if you have a friend that moved, y'all could use Zoom and upload the Zoom meeting onto YouTube. I'm giving y'all gems already. Exactly. So she could be somewhere else and I can be somewhere else and we still can get it done for you all so that you all don't feel left out of the loop or whatever. But most of certain stuff like this, you'll still be able to get it over here and some of y'all can follow um us over there. She get her and I get mine and we do whatever. Yes, but we thank God for each other and we put God first and we're gonna end that